Welcome back, folks. Here we are still working on the right wing for the B-29 project, and what we are going to do is we are going to focus on getting the crack here taken care of. You can pull on the wing just a little bit and you can actually watch the crack kind of close up once you put some pressure between the leading edge and the trailing edge. So we're going to use that to our advantage here. Here I've got just a ratchet strap without the ratchet. It's just a friction strap, or however you want, a lashing strap, whatever you want to call it. I'm going to use that to pull the leading edge and the trailing edge, put a little bit of tension there to get this gap to close up. The gap is only on, or I should say the crack is only on the top surface, so we're not too concerned with the bottom. It seems like the bottom is fine. It's just kind of cracked and pulled itself away a little bit. So what we're going to do is I picked up some of these nifty little glue bottles here that have these little hypodermic needles on the end, and I put some Gorilla Glue in here. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to go through here and just drill a few holes and take this bottle with the needle and just stick that in there and inject some Gorilla Glue in there. To do, like I said, I'm just going to drill a couple holes. I've got a 16th inch end mill here and just a handheld Dremel, and we'll just use that to drill through the skins. Keeping with the theme of the same but different, we've had some ideas. One friend suggested we do the X1 just because it's kind of iconic for the airplane. We've had another one suggest the Douglas Skyrocket, which was the Navy's version was basically the Navy was doing the Skyrocket as the Air Force was doing the X1, and the Skyrocket was the first airplane to go Mach 2. The one interesting thing about the Skyrocket is not only was it rocket power, but it also had a jet turbine in it. So originally it was designed to take off on its own, climb to altitude, and then fire the rockets. And then they realized that it was smarter, I guess, to just drop it from a P-29 and then shoot the rockets, and then they'd fly around on the jet engine. So that was one idea. Another one is, since the X1 is not really scale to Fertile Myrtle, because Fertile Myrtle was the naval airplane, I believe, and the X1 was dropped from something else. So the Douglas Skyrocket and Fertile Myrtle, which is what the B-29 was originally, or is what the original paint job was for it, the Skyrocket would be the ideal thing to do with Fertile Myrtle. The issue with then is, like, if you start looking at scale stuff, it's like, well, problem with Fertile Myrtle is, and the Skyrocket is, since they were both hung under the belly, to cut the belly out of this airplane to hang the airplane, either an X1 or even a Skyrocket, is a lot of work. And honestly, the X1, you could probably do it and get away with it because the X1 was more of a conventional tailed airplane. The Skyrocket, on the other hand, was very much a mid-tail, we'll call it, in which the horizontal stabilizer was about halfway up to vertical tail, which means about half to two-thirds of the fuselage of the B-29 has to be cut off behind the wing trailing edge in order to have room for the horizontal stabilizer to clear, which causes a very big structural issue for the airplane, because now you have half the fuselage gone, and I'm sure the full scale one probably flew around like a banana, a very floppy banana, with that much structure missing, even with all the bracing that they put on it. And then, since we're talking about not doing things scale with hanging stuff under the fuselage, another suggestion was doing an X-15, which was actually dropped from a B-52, but dropping one from a model B-29 would be just as cool too, because how many people have ever seen an RC X-15 flying around? I don't think I ever have, and here I am. I've been in this hobby for 30 plus years, so the majority of my life. All that good, and then our jig here on the wing root still slides on and off quite nicely. So with that done, we are going to call it a night and just leave this to dry nice and thoroughly overnight. So we got it here, and then tomorrow we'll probably cut us some leading edge stock out of a block that I purchased. We'll also cut a new wingtip block for the other wing that's over there, and then we'll splice in this new wing skin, or not wing skin, I'm sorry, the wing leading edge, which will probably have a little bit of damage here, so probably just out here, and then we'll do another one here, like I said, probably trapezoid shape, and it'll just slide right in place, and then we can start getting that mostly sanded to shape. So for now, that's going to be it for this evening. You all have a good one, and we will see you next time.